We are here at AQS Quilt Week in Grand Rapids, and one of the most fun categories that we have in this show is the Ultimate Guild Challenge. And in that challenge, the guilds challenge their own group. They choose 8 quilts to submit to this category, and I'm here with the second place winners that are the Patchers at the Lakeshore from Muskegon, Michigan. And so why don't you guys tell us what your challenge was?
Well, our challenge was to make a quilt 30 by 45 in a modern style with only solid fabrics and densely quilted.
Okay. All right, and so you got quite a variety, didn't you?
Yes.
We did. You know, in colorations and in the style of quilting that you did on it.
Yep, and we had a great time doing it because it brought us together as a group, and a lot of us didn't know each other, we just knew of each other. All level of quilting skills, so we got together once a month, you know, kind of collaborated on different things and shot ideas around and just made it a really great friendship. You know, we're all first time AQS ribbon winners, so that's even so exciting. Okay. You know,
and you won some money.
And I don't even, and I'm not sure how much, but that's nice. So we're pretty excited.
Second place is $1,000.
Oh,
yay!
Yay! Yeah. So, yeah. And everybody worked so hard. I mean, so hard. There's a lot of blood, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, a lot of, Yep.
And the best part is you made some new quilting friends as a result of it, didn't you?
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about.
You've got it. You've got it. So we are just so happy.
Okay,
you know?
and so now Alan's going to interview you each individually so you can talk about what you did when you put your quilt together.
Okay.
And so you can tell the particulars of what you like people to know, and what you found easy and what you found hard, and how you like that modern quilt style.
Absolutely. Would love to do that. Okay, so my name's Darla Parks, and I'm with Patchers at the Lakeshore, and we entered the Ultimate Guild Challenge. This is my quilt. Our challenge was, what's your modern? And I am so not a modern girl, so this was a real challenge for me. I love the modern looks of quilts and stuff, but as far as I'm more of a traditional girl, but I designed this, and I really am a dense quilter, so I loved all, you know, to be able to, you know, do a lot of dense quilting on this. And the name of the quilt is Lunar, and I just kept it simple, but packed full of lots of quilting designs.
Hi, I'm Suzette Matson, and I'm from Muskegon, and this is my quilt. I got my inspiration from a book I have at home by Carla Alexander, and we named it Triple Twilight Zone, and it looked like Twilight Zone to me. And I quilted it, I made it and quilted it down in Marathon, Florida, out on the deck in the sun in February of last year. And I got coaching from Darla and from Jill Twist McFadden at Quilted Memories, and we had classes from Joy and Darla on how to make these, and then I had to go buy different backing for it because the backing was incorrect. I now have that as my backing. My husband helped me pick that out down in Key West, and I had to get different thread. I tried using monofilament thread, which kept breaking on me. So I had to go find thread down in Marathon. They don't have fabric stores. We found an embroidery place that was closing and shipping everything back because of the hurricane last year. So we bought a spool of their thread that I used for my quilting, and then my husband had to make a thread holder, and he borrowed a saw and bought some equipment from the Home Depot down there because of the hurricane. They had nothing. So he made one for me, and I sewed my quilt on a table that had been used for hurricane repairs by the people down there. And this is what I came up with, and dropped it off and didn't expect to even be entered or chosen by our Quilt Guild, and so here it is.
I am Joy Lamphere, and I made Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. I wanted a quilt that would show three-dimensionality in a flat surface, so as I designed it in electric quilt, this is what I came up with, choosing the 4 grays to give that three-dimensional look. And then when I quilted it, I used the same quilting design in parts of the quilt so that it would echo, and the other parts of the quilt would coordinate with the design element that was pieced.
Hi, I'm Carla Jolman. This is my quilt, Stormy Sky. I live near Lake Michigan, and I frequently see the storms as they come through, and out my window I see the dark, dark clouds and the sun trying to peek through. So that is what I did here with my sun as the yellow.
Hi, my name is Jamie Harwood, and I chose these colors because these are the colors I like to wear. So that's what inspired me mostly. I had about 3 or 4 other designs chosen before I selected this design finally, and with help from the other gals in our group, we they helped me decide on the color of gray. I went with a lighter, and then we went medium, and then we went darker, and with my colors in here, the darker just looked best. So that's kind of how I chose it, and I was working on it almost right up to the last minute. I didn't know if it was going to get done or not, and it did, and I'm thankful it's here and thankful to be a part of the group and all of their support. They were wonderful.
I'm standing in for Sandra Engel, who could not be here. She was inspired by Pete Mondrian and his composition C from 1935. As she looked at modern designs, she kept coming across Pete Mondrian, and so that's how she came up with her design. And all of her lines worked with his designs as well.
Hi, my name is Karen Durgan, and my quilt is called Triad Woven. I just started checking out modern and have been liking it, so when they said modern quilt, I thought, okay, I'm maybe in, but then they promised to help us, and so give us suggestions, and that really was a big help. Some of us are not that experienced at doing it, so I just picked, I also did this in electric quilt, and I picked things that I like from other quilts, and that's part of going to the quilt show, seeing things that you really like. And so I like circles, and I love those quilts that from far away you see there's something going on, like these ones with no color, and then you got to walk up to them and check it out. So that's how I chose it, and I thought the hardest part was the quilting on the domestic machine. That was pretty hard.
Hello, I'm Cheryl Berggren. I'm from Patchers at the Lakeshore in Muskegon, Michigan, and our guild entered the Ultimate Guild Challenge of What's Your Modern. And I'm not a modern quilter, but I thought, oh, I can do this. We had inspiration from Joy and Darla in our group that kind of prodded us along and helped us with some ideas. So I chose blue. I figured you can't go wrong with blue. That's one of my favorite colors. And I discovered, though, that I should have made my blocks a little larger. Would have been a little bit easier to quilt on.
So okay, so now you all made your quilts. Everybody's heard a little bit about your quilts. Tell us what it was like to enter the show. Was the process easy? You know, how did that go for you?
Well, Joy and I got together, and we had all the quilts with us. So we had a friend of ours that did the photography of all the quilts, the pictures and stuff. And then we sat down together and we did it together, and I thought it was a fairly easy process.
Okay, good.
You know, I think that's something that does scare people, until they actually get into it. Because
Yeah.
I said to Joy, you know, this is something we have to do together here because I'm not real sure about it. It's a lot of paperwork.
You
but
just have to fill in the blanks that are
absolutely.
required.
Yep.
Upload your photos, which is an easy process.
Exactly.
Okay.
And Andrea, if I had a problem or a question, she was right on it.
That's Andrea Ray, our convention contest coordinator.
Absolutely. She
Yes.
was really good. So it was really easy peasy.
Okay, well, you know what? I hope we'll see another entry from you guys because now you know you can win.
That was my motto. You can do it.
Yes,
You
and
can
so
do
if
it.
you have a guild out there and want to enter this for next year, the rules are already at AQSQuiltWeek.com. Just click on the contest tab and scroll to the bottom. You'll find the 2019 rules. So we hope we'll see an entry from you, and we hope we'll see entries from you and your group as well. When we'll see you then again next year, right here in Grand Rapids.